Then in 2023, the PDP reorganized, rejuvenated, and they said they wanted to retake power. And then what happened? You had the G5. Kwakunso of the PDP separated. He went to NNPP. Peter Obi, who was vice presidential candidate to Atiku in 2019, left to join Labour Party. Let me tell you, even the Bible says that a house that divides against itself will not stand. Majority of the plurality of votes that PDP will always have before now come from the southeast and the south-south. What happened? After Kano, after Rivers State, the next state that will give votes, massive votes to PDP is Kano State. What happened? Kwakunso took Kano. Of course, Wike is the leader of the G5. They agreed 5 governors of the PDP. He took Rivers State and surrendered it to Asiwaju. And of course, Peter Obi held sway in the southeast. All those votes that were supposed to go to PDP, even the traditional Taraba is dominated by Christians. Look at the votes between Labour Party at the presidential election and PDP. And they come to Benue and Plateau. And of course, Nasarawa, SDP held sway there, and Labour Party too. And of course, the FCT, Labour took charge. So all of this depleted the PDP. And if you do an analysis, if you add NNPP's votes to LP's votes, and then you sum them up with what Atiku had, you discover that they will score almost 13 million votes to Asiwaju's 8 million. Who would have won? You see the arithmetic. So, yes, so that is the truth. That is the truth. So, what we are saying is, it's not a question of people saying all of this actually contributed to APC's victory, if you ask me. It's my opinion. And that is how I looked at it. Because APC still had their house intact. Even if they had issues. After all, their national chairman lost Nasarawa State. Even the PDP chairman lost his state. He lost his polling unit. He lost his state. He lost, in short, he lost everything to the opposition, so to speak. So what we are saying is, it is because of the fractionalization of PDP and the incursion of LP that actually helped Asiwaju to win. And that is it. It has nothing to do with people who were believing that, oh, we wanted a change. You understand? Like they say, if you like, it's when you urinate in one place that your urine will fall, and that is the truth. You know, like they say, a rolling stone gathers no moss. So APC captured the original Southwest, and then they had a good showing in the Northwest, and then now picked from Northeast, North Central, and then South. And don't forget, in the Northeast, okay, even if they lost at the presidential, but then they were able to pick substantially to make 24%, 25% of the votes in Cross River, in Ebonyi, in Imo, and some other states. So all this added to the quantum of votes APC had that made the party to win, to excel at the election. So it has nothing to do with actually that people, with all of these sufferings, all the hardships are example. Why is it that the party still won? Me, I'm telling you the reason behind the success of APC. People actually originally, if they had looked at all this I have analyzed along these lines, so to speak, positively, they would have known.
Thank you so much for that. That analysis is very interesting. I find it very interesting. In fact, I say again, that is why we need people to be looking at the number and crunching in so that we can begin to see everything in it. But I have a curiosity. Now, when we look at the cross-section of Nigeria, we see that Nigerians are angry, particularly the youth. And this is why. We are not angry, including myself, so I want to be inclusive of that. We are not angry because Ahmed Tinubu won the election or was given the return ticket by INEC. We are angry because INEC didn't do what they said they were going to do. Now, let me put the question to you like this. Do you think the number that you analyze, if INEC have followed what they said they were going to do, like when they finish the election at the polling booth, the result that was given there will be transmitted live, everybody see it. Do you think you will have the same number the way we have it now, according to INEC report?
Thank you very much for that. You see, election is a game of numbers, and there are ground rules for the conduct of elections in any country. Foremost, you have the constitution of the country, and then you have the Electoral Act, the one I mentioned, of the one that was passed by the upper legislative, by both chambers of the National Assembly, that was assented to, that actually give fillip to technological innovations as suggested and brought in by INEC. The use of beavers, transmission of results from the polling unit. I will not say to the server, but to the INEC V portal, what they call IREF portal. So, and now let me tell you, the Independent National Electoral Commission is a body. At the helm of affairs, you have the national chairman. And then you have 13 national commissioners representing, the geopolitical zones. And then at the state level, you have the resident electoral commissioner, who are directly answerable to the national chairman. And of course, you have the public officers. I want to say that what personally, a lot of us, a lot of Nigerians like you, I believe, have issues with is the process. The process, is it transparent? Is it fair? Is it equitable? Is it credible? Let me tell you one thing. INEC is peopled by Nigerians. I know the Nigerian syndrome. The question will ask, what is the belief of these persons who work in INEC? What is their value? Are they strange elements from the rest of us Nigerians? Now, are these people actually given an enabling environment to operate? What I mean that to say is the political class, the candidates, what is their interest? They know the law. Are they ready? Did they play according to the rules of the game? I said one thing. I said, look, an average Nigerian is desperate for power. So he does not, he does not believe in being called upon to serve. He brings himself, he nominates himself to serve because of his desperation for power. What I call vaunting ambition. The one that Macbeth had that made him murder the king. That is the same that we Nigerians, an average politician in Nigeria has. We know the law. I want to ask you, for example, this election was characterized in some places with violence. There was voter suppression. There was intimidation. There was harassment. And of course, one worrisome issue, ethnic profiling. You saw that in Lagos. It played out very well. And that is very, very dangerous. It could lead to chaos and anarchy. It could make us descend